Welcome to week 7, day 5 of our e-learning lessons. Today's going to be our final day focusing on a specific text structure called cause and effect. Our performance task. I'll need to be able to explain what cause and effect is. Also, I'll need to be able to identify cause and effect within a short passage. All week long, we've been starting with the effect, what happened, and then asking the follow-up question, why did it happen? The cause. Cause and effect happens every day in our life, but as a good reader needs to know, what kind of text structure is the reading? Last week we focused on Arctic Journal. The text structure was chronological order. Each journal entry was put in order by the month and the date and also gave us a specific location of where it happened. This week is all about cause and effect. A lot of your mystery books involve cause and effect. A lot of your books you enjoy reading, the fiction books, usually have some kind of a cause and effect. Sometimes they may be the other text structure or problem and solution, so you have to read closely to identify which one is which. Cause, why did something happen? Effect, what happened? In our lessons today, I'm going to start with a very short video, about 1 minute and 34 seconds long, about cause and effect. Here's some more examples to help you out with cause and effect.
Cause and effect. I got into big trouble yesterday. It all started when I was walking my dog, Puddles. Puddles saw my cousin Dana on her way back from the grocery store. She broke off of her leash, jumped up on Dana, and Dana's groceries spilled all over the ground. And that wasn't even the worst of it. An innocent bypasser, just walking along, slipped on a banana. Yeah, and it gets worse. He bumped into a police officer who blew his whistle, and his partner sped up like it was a crime scene. There's a lesson in all of this. Look out for causes and effects. An effect is something that happens, like Dana spilling her groceries. A cause is why that thing happens. In this case, because Puddles jumped up on her. An effect sometimes has more than one cause, like the police officer blowing his whistle. It happened because the man slipped, because Dana dropped her groceries, and because Puddles got off her leash. A cause sometimes has more than one effect. Look at all the commotion Puddles caused. Oh, and there's another lesson in all of this. Never let Puddles get off her leash.
In the assignment that we just looked at, we're looking at cause and effect. For day 5, we're going to do A and B together, and then you need to finish up your assignments by doing C, and then also you're going to be reading a short passage called Flying Turtle, a Lakota Folktale. Then you have 5 questions you need to do written or typed responses to by going back into the text and finding your answers. And then you need to finish up with your exit ticket. Let's look at letter A. I burned my hand when I touched the hot stove. The first question I need to look at is what happened. So I need to ask myself, what happened? If you think about what we just read, I burned my hand when I touched the hot stove. What happened? Burned my hand. Why did you burn your hand? Oh, that's an easy one. I touched the hot stove. By looking at letter B. On letter B, we're going to do this one together, and this will be our final one that we do together, and then you need to finish up your assignments on your own. I was running around the pool and fell to the ground. Well, what happened? Fell to the ground. Why did you fall to the ground? Well, I know I shouldn't be running around the pool. There's signs everywhere that say no running. I was running around the pool. So I'm looking at cause and effect. What happened? Why it happened. Your assignment is look at letter C. And when you look at letter C, you need to finish up by asking yourself what happened, then follow up the question with why did it happen? I dropped my phone and the screen cracked. Well, what happened? Why did it happen? Flying Turtle, a Lakota folktale. First thing I want to look at is my illustration. They gave me a good visual feature. I see a bird on each side of the stick, and I see a turtle hanging on in the middle. It's pretty cool to see that these birds seem to be helping this turtle, or maybe they're taking the turtle to their nest to eat him. I don't know. But I've got to read the folktale. When I know a folktale, usually it teaches some kind of a lesson. Let me go ahead and start with the reading. Turtle loved to talk, and he loved eating leaves. Now that it was autumn, he had lots of food because the leaves would fall from the trees. One day, as Turtle was munching on a leaf, he saw a group of birds squawking excitedly. "Hi, Turtle," one bird squawked. "We're getting ready to fly south." The bird explained that winter was coming, which meant there wouldn't be much to eat. The birds were flying south, where there was always plenty of food. That sounded wonderful to Turtle. Sure, he loved autumn, but he certainly didn't like the freezing temperatures and snow that winter brought. When Turtle asked if he could go with the birds on their journey, they laughed hysterically. "Turtles can't fly," one bird chirped. "Please," Turtle said. "There must be some way that you can bring me along." "Absolutely not," the birds cowed. Day after day, Turtle begged and pleaded until finally the birds agreed. One bird had a plan. Turtle would hold a stick with his mouth while two birds held each end of the stick. This way, they could carry Turtle. "But remember," the bird warned, "you must not let go of the stick while we're in the air." Soon, Turtle was soaring over the trees, rivers, and mountains. The sights amazed him because he had only ever seen things from the ground. It wasn't long before Turtle began to have lots of questions about the journey. He wanted to talk to the birds. He wondered how long the journey would take. Knowing he couldn't talk, he tried to get the birds' attention by rolling his eyes. That didn't work. So he tried flaring his nostrils and wiggling his tail. He waved his legs. Still, the birds didn't notice him. "These birds should realize how hard it is when you can't talk," he thought angrily. Finally, Turtle lost his temper and opened his mouth to yell. Instantly, he fell to the ground below. Crack! Turtle's shell now had cracks all over it. Aching, he plunked into a pond and buried himself in the mud at the bottom. By the time he awoke, winter had passed, and spring had arrived. All of the turtles that came after Turtle looked the same, and to this day, turtle shells look as if they are cracked. Flying Turtle, a Lakota folktale. Cause and effect. Helps to create an interesting plot in a story. When something happens in a story, it can cause other things to happen as well. The plot of a story is made up of a long line of events that happen for a reason. Take time to answer the 5 questions that go with the Flying Turtle Lakota folktale. Make sure you type your answers in complete sentences in the text boxes you have or write them. And when you get finished, take time to look at your Day 5 exit ticket. Look at what happened, the effect, and give one reason why it happened, the cause. The effect. What happened? The stuntman wrecked his bicycle. We see the bicycle was flipped upside down, the person hit the ground and is rolling across the ground. I need to know why this happened. Once you finish up with your Day 5 assignments, please take time to work on your iReady reading and your iReady math lessons. You need to at least have 45 minutes or more by the end of the week. If you have questions, please take time to ask your teachers. We're here to help you as needed. Thank you for participating in Week 7, Day 5 of our e-learning lessons.